Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, you can expect both me polling for the new Dragon Avatar character, as well as going through every single unique character in the game and explaining them, why they're good, why they're not good. This is a tier list video, as well as a summoning list video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. There's my YouTube garbage right in the beginning. Hope you enjoy it, and let's get right into this one.
Well, pod. Welcome, well, pod. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Darth Microtransactions channel, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. Well, pod, welcome back.
Ladies and gentlemen, today what we got to do is we got to talk about the Guardian Heroes tier list. That's right, it is time for a tier list. We got a new character that comes out, plus we got the reward getting our freebie gem. So you know what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing some summons, as well as talking about the tier list for today. If you hear a little meowing going on, that's my kitten and my big cat fighting. And let's go ahead and get going with these 10x free pos. Now, come on. I really do want this hero. I already got my guaranteed 10x from it. I already got my guaranteed one, so it looks like I didn't get it out of that tempo, unfortunately. Confirm there. Now, let's see, I got one more tempo here. Okay, let's go. Let's see if I can get it this time now, come on. Oh, there goes the cats chasing each other. Hey, there we go, we got a couple stickers on that one. Come on now, I'm gonna write my name, Casey. All right, here we go, we got a white box. Come on now, this is it. Can we get it? Relic Collector Alley. Okay, Ghost Guard. No, these are all duplicates. I don't need the duplicates. Let's get right into the... Here we go. Come on. Oh, come on. Another duplicate. Oh, my God. Really? Come on now. Oh, my God. That feels so bad. But you know what? That's fine. We got a bunch of extra bonus. Actually, no, it's not fine. I'm salty. I'm very salty. But we got a bunch of extra bonus Hero Crystals, which means at least I can buy a few extra of the stones. Now, let's go to the hero list and let's start talking about the actual tier list of Guardian Heroes. So here we are on the heroes. Now, we're going to start from what, in my opinion, is the worst unique, working up to the very best unique. Now, I'm gonna click on this character right here. I haven't had a chance to use her, and particularly, I'm not that impressed by her moves. If we show her at the maximum, what she does is she releases sound waves with adorable performances. She goes from all to down, then inflicts 200% of DPS around the target, increases party members' attack by 30%. That's pretty cool. When using sound wave skill, restores the most depleted party member HP by 5% and increases their defense by 30%. The reason I'm not really too impressed with her is 5% is not really a big deal. Plus, to be honest, there's a rare which I think heals better already, personally. If we go back here, I'll show you. Where is it? Is it this chick here? Nope, 1 second here. I gotta remember her name. Karina, there it is. So if you look here, summons a bat that damages enemies and heals all party members. You get that. That's on the basic attack. She heals people with her basic attack. I would rather have her in the party than the other character, personally. Okay, so I think that she is the worst unique. Now, moving on to the second worst unique is going to be maybe a little bit, to be honest, of a debate between people, but I actually think it's this chick. I have her, and I've used her, and I think she's flat terrible. The reason is when you move with her basic attack, it constantly does the stab, right? Which is great. If you have her additional weapon, she stabs farther, but moving is really slow. And in this game, you're normally either blasting through characters or you're trying to kite people or run down a PvP person. And so for that reason, Lupina, I'm just personally not a huge fan of her myself. Okay, so now let's move on to what I think is the third worst, and this is where it starts to get kind of debatable, gets difficult. All right, you can go through these, and there's a few of these options. Personally, I would probably put it at Eugene. Now, Eugene can be used in PvP, and she needs her weapon. It's why I think she's not so great, is because without her weapon, she's purely melee based. If you look at what she does, she inflicts 500% of DPS. That's nuts. That's a pretty big burst damage, but you really need her weapon to utilize both that burst damage as well as be able to hit from a range, because what her weapon does is it makes it from melee to when she's not melee range, she's shooting a gun. And so for that reason, I think you really do need her weapon. And I think she's great, but you have to have her maxed out with the weapon, and you have to get in order to get all those bonus stats. And for that reason, she's just really expensive. I would probably put her somewhere in the mid tier. I think the ones I showed you already are like the ones I just don't think are good. And then now we're kind of getting into more the mid tier ones that are debatable. You could say we would show the C, now we're showing more the B tier characters here. Now, Lon is going to be in the same position of kind of the bid in the B tier mid. I have his weapon, I have him maxed out. But the reason I think this character is not bad, but not amazing, is because the attacks don't do significant damage. It's kind of just a basic attacking there. But the cool move is his special ability, which restores HP by 15% of party members with HP lower than 50%. Can be fluid resurrection, can be exercised on each party member once. So he does a 15% HP heal while being a DPS character, and early on that heal actually did help me quite a bit. So he's kind of B tier because you do have that heal option in there. Now we're kind of moving more into the characters, which I think all of these are quite good. However, I'm gonna try to do them in the correct list. Oop, kitten just crawled up here. Hey buddy, you can join the party, I suppose. Say hello to the kitty that is yet to be named, though we are debating naming her Rero. So now the next one here I'm going to say is Lupina, and the reason is this character really is a good character. I have her weapon, but she is a PvP type of character. If you're not really into heavy PvP, you might not really use her, and the reason is she has, look at that crit chance bonus. Kitty, don't unplug my microphone here. She's got that crit chance bonus, so in PvP you really have a chance to kind of hit additional. Plus the Dark Wolves do pretty good in PvP too. She can do a little bit of kiting. I think she's quite good. If you get this character with her weapon, I have her weapon too, then you can use her in both PvP and PvE, but I think she's primarily a PvE character. Her special ability, moving speed and attack of the normal with Dark Wolves increased by 25%, basically the projectile bonus. So for that reason, it's harder to dodge, better in PvP once again, okay? So we're gonna move on here. These are starting to be the characters that are actually pretty good. Like these characters here are gonna be characters that if you get them, you either want to focus on these characters or you want to try to get these characters at some point, or if you have a PvP team, you want to try to put a combination of these people together. So now one of the first characters that's really gonna be kind of at that level here is the new archer, Tina. If you look here at Tina, what this character actually does, Kitty, stop. Trying to unplug the camera, that could have been bad. What this character actually does is a massive ability to kite. You can shoot while moving, and her damage is in a cone spread, so it's quite easy if a melee person like Marina is running at you to kind of kite them. But this move here, the move from her ability, from her item, let me actually show it to you here, exclusive weapon. So if you look at the one from her item here, what this does is it rains down arrows to enemies, puts them in injured state. This is a huge circular AoE that's really hard to dodge, and what you can do is drop it on top of yourself when someone runs at you in a PvP scenario, and then it'll damage them down through that while you're kiting them out. Plus her other move, the one that just shoots the arrow, which is her standard ability, the wind arrow there, or the desert arrow I should say, when you use that, that's significant damage. It's a huge burst damage. It marks them, you attack faster, and it goes through walls. So for that reason, it can be quite devastating. I think this character is good. I have her maxed out with her bow. I've limit braked her a little bit. I do highly recommend her. And now we're kind of getting into the characters that are God tier. I mean, at this point, we're talking, the best characters in the game. You really want to try to get them. Well, actually, before we get there, there's one more that's kind of in the good tier, but not God tier. I'd say this character here. You get her for free. This is Plotvice, and her weapon's quite good too. If you look at, I'll show you where you can get her for free real quick. If you look here, you can see I've been upgrading this here so I can hold more SP capacity, because down here, she is in a block of ice. And if you pay this 1 million points, you get her for free. So you can get a free, decent character. She's kind of in the top tier, but in the lower end of top tier, okay? Now, the characters that we're going to move on to now are definitely top tier characters. I want to talk about Dragon Avatar first, because unfortunately I don't have her, so I haven't been able to test her out physically. We did just try to get her, but if you look through the actual skills here, this is not her. Where is it? Dragon Avatar. There it is. So if you look through the actual skills here, I think she is disgusting, as in amazing, as in very good. And the reason I'm saying that in particular is because if you look here, her passive, if damage inflicted to enemies that are not fire type increased by 25%. That is a base 25% of additional damage. Look at this, part of the HP 40%, that's really high as well. Kitty, stop. Really pulling on that camera cord. She could disconnect the power here, sorry. But so you get 25% base damage. With her chain skill here, burns target with Sacred Flame and inflicts 100% of DPS. Sacred Flame, again, is a fire damage move, so you get that bonus. Increases party members' defense and fire type attack by 30%. So you pair with fire type attack people, you get 30% bonus plus the 25% bonus, and then you also get bonus defense and bonus health once you ever maxed out through both the HP, and you get skill attack and attack increase on enemies. She's kind of an overall buffer with great moves, and she teleports to the person as she's punching them, so it's good. You don't have to really worry about kiting as much. great character, but I'm going to put her in the A tier, near God tier, but I haven't got a chance to use her, so I can't make her like number 1 or number 2 because I haven't got a chance to actually use her yet. Now, these are the characters that are all kind of in the same tier, but there's one above them all. And what we're going to talk about is here Arabelle, because she might be worse than Bari. Now, if you compare this character to Bari, I think they both kind of fill a similar row of high DPS range characters, but Bari's more of a sniper type, where Arabelle is a little bit more of a kiting, run around, nuking type. And I think this is my favorite character in the game. I think it's my favorite character just because I find her quite fun. I think the genocide weapon is amazing. It's very fun to use. It has an ammo system, so while you're shooting it, you can keep it from overheating. It's kind of a plasma-based weapon. I like that a lot. Really big fan of that. Plus, her moves are just generally fun. And look at the special ability here. On hit, crit chance and moving speed increased by 20% for 3 seconds. So you get a good amount of crits and constant speed up bonus. So it's just a really enjoyable character to use. Plus, she's very good. She does high damage, great in PvP, great in PvE. You can use her almost anywhere. I would say that the one downside is her weapon really does make her what she is. So you probably do need that. Now here, these ones are the obvious ones. We're gonna talk about Bari. Bari 100% has to have her weapon. I have her without her weapon, which is very discouraging, but she is nuts. I mean, I'm hitting 20,000+ smacks even without her weapon. And look at that, skill attack plus 80%. No one else has that. That's disgusting. Look at what her moves do here. Her move will make her do a slow snipe, basically, from a long distance, but the Rose Grab, Rose Vines swirl around the enemies, inflicting 300% of DPS and reducing Earth-type resistance by 30% for 5 seconds, and they're downed, right? So it's sort of like a stun. Then check this special ability. When spell bullets are recharged, attack increases by 30% for 5 seconds. So basically what happens with her is you sit there and you charge the bullet over and over and you snipe people from a long distance. And if you have her weapon, the May Reel, it makes it where about half the time you're shooting the bullets 40% faster, so you're getting a pretty hard to dodge, heavy hitting move from a long distance, and that's why in PvP she is almost mandatory. And she kind of counters who is our number 1 pick in the game, which is still Marina. Marina is still going to be your number 1 best character for sure, and the reason why is I'm going to show you here. Not only is her weapon amazing, if you look at the weapon, crit chance, HP, skill, damage, etc. Look at this, pulling skill inflicts 150% of DPS to a wider range. And the reason that is so good is her anchor is somewhat spammable, comes back up after a few seconds, it's a long range, and does very high damage. So you can constantly smack people with that anchor over and over and over again. And you also pull it towards you. When you hit them, you pull the people towards you if it's a weak monster, and it also taunts them. So she's great in PvE, as well as her AoE. What it does is increases the defense, but then also puts a shield on everybody when you use her chain skill, okay? So you use her big AoE from the weapon here, calls for a bombardment, puts them in a down state, then you go ahead and trigger from that down state to an injured state, and that's the chain skill, which gives 250% of DPS to enemies and creates a 20% water shield around all party members, which is basically just a shield. It's just a 20% bonus health, which is nuts. She obviously gives HP bonus there as well. This is the best character in the game. If you get Marina, you should be happy and you should be trying to max her out for sure. If this video was at all helpful, do consider subscribing to the channel as you can see more Guardian Tales videos. Hit a like and comment so I know to keep doing these. I love y'all, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next video.